In this training, we will cover 3 examples of auto-applied retention labels. Part 3 will cover using an auto-applied policy with a retention label using a trainable classifier. This training assumes you have worked with creating and applying retention labels and/or policies. Refer to the compliance video, Introduction to Retention Labels, if a refresher or overview understanding is needed before proceeding. Start by going to compliance.microsoft.com, select Information Governance. If you do not immediately see this option, select Show All. Information Governance is organized into 5 tabs, but we will focus on the Labels tabs. A label must be created before you can add the label to an auto-apply policy. Check the Labels tab on the Information Governance page to verify if a new label needs to be created or an existing label can be added to the policy. Click Create a Label to start the new label wizard. On the Name Your Label page of the wizard, give the label a name that reflects the label's purpose. Add a description for admins and users to inform of the label's intention. Remember to turn the label from off to on. The Label Settings page allows you to configure how long you want to retain the document, and once that time is up, what action takes place after this time frame. Other options include on Apply the label when the document is created or modified or trigger off an event such as an employee resignation. We choose to retain the content for 2 years and to automatically delete the content once that time period is reached. As this is for source code, we have selected to apply the label when the data is labeled. Before creating the label, verify all the settings meet your intended requirements. You can always edit any of these settings should a change be required. After the label is created, you will see it listed on the Information Governance page under the Labels tab. See here as Redstone Source Code 2 years. Now let's add the label we just created to the policy by clicking Auto Apply a Label. We add the label we created earlier to our policy by selecting Choose a Label to Auto Apply. We can search for the label or the tag we created, or simply select it from the list of tags. Remember that only one tag can be added to each policy. As before, should your requirements change, you can simply click Edit to go back and choose a different label. In this example, we're going to select the third option, allowing the label to apply to content that matches trainable classifiers. We select the built-in classifier source code provided from Microsoft. On the Name Your Label page of the wizard, give the policy a name that reflects the policy's purpose. Add a description to inform the policy's intention. Next, we're going to set the locations where the label will be auto-applied. These labels can be applied to SharePoint, OneDrive, Office 365 groups. Let's unselect Exchange, OneDrive, and Skype for Business as we're looking to apply the policy to SharePoint sites and Office 365 groups. We can add multiple SharePoint site locations to the policy by clicking Choose Sites. After providing the URL to the SharePoint site, we select it from the list of sites to include the location in the policy. We confirm the site or site locations are added to the policy or click Choose Sites again to add more locations. Now we show the sites and the locations added to the policy. Let's select Choose Groups in Office 365 Groups to add the project group. We could add multiple groups to this policy by clicking Choose Groups. Select a group from the list of groups to add to this policy. We confirm the correct group or groups added to the policy or click Choose Groups again to add or remove groups. SharePoint location shows one site is included and Office 365 displays one group is added. Before creating the policy, verify all the settings meet your intended requirements. You can always edit any of the settings should a change be required. Lastly, we confirm both the label and the auto-applied policy are created. For more information about Microsoft Information Governance, including compliance documentation, visit the link below.